I made the world's hardest endless runner. Accidentally. It all started with me trying to make a hyper casual mobile game, and then it slowly turned to something else. I was going through some of my old unit projects that I either made to learn the engine or for some game gems that I never completed. And I found this casual endless runner that seemed fairly easy to play. This project was mostly physics based, and that's why this movement is not restricted like other endless runners. There's something inside you. I started by adding a time-based scoring system and changing the lighting and materials around to something more visually appealing, since the earlier version was equivalent to Discord's light mode. Speaking of Discord, you should definitely join my Discord server, link will be down in the description. Just feel free, no pressure. I also updated the spawning of the objects to a logarithmic rate instead of whatever thing this primitive code does. This ensures the speed of the game over time is neither too steep nor a constant. The lights were still very pale, so I cranked up the intensity just a little bit and oh my. The movement is controlled by holding your finger on the screen and moving left and right, but that will change in the final game. You will know why. I was initially going with a ball in a tunnel with neon lights approach, since no other idea of a world struck my head at the time. And then, one day, the heavens spoke to me. Nah, it was more like, hamsters run in a ball too, right? But why would a hamster be running in a tunnel with neon lights? Unless it was tripping. Wait a minute. So I started modeling the hamster following this tutorial. Then I made the bowl as well. Then I rigged and animated the hamster to run. Now I still need some coin-like figure to collect, so I spawned in those. I added a script to rotate the hamster, and this is what it looks like. Now the obstacles and coins still look too bland, so I made the models for the obstacles. You'll know why the models look like the way they do someday. Coins are obviously cheese. At this point I tried playing the game on my phone for the first time and it completely broke. Like the hold and swipe controls were so messed up sometimes. The little guy turned way too fast and sometimes not at all. And this completely killed the development cycle. There were days I was just staring at the screen trying to think of a fix, but in the end I had to give up on the swipe controls, which I really wish the game had, because I think that's what made the game difficult, changing from swipe to the tap and hold features, which I eventually replaced it with. Now it's time for power-ups. There will obviously be a generic coin magnet, but instead of slapping the magnet onto the hamster's head or something, I made it so the hamster sucks in the cheese. Next I made the magnet ball, which lets you stick to the tunnel surface. And then finally shrink, which shrinks the hamster. Time for some skins. This is the white one. It's the default one. This one, which my friends call X hamster for some reason, like it wasn't hamster before, it's not anymore. I don't know, let me know. And this RGB mouse for you all epic gamers out there. I made menus for the skins and the power up upgrades, which also has the score multiplier now. I made it work by using some... Oops. I made each skin or upgrade an object and gave it the required parameters. Now after I did some UI work, the game is fundamentally finished, but how can a mobile game exist without ads? So now you can revive yourself once per run by watching an ad. And our game is finally finished. I asked my Spanish buddy to make some psytrance beat for the game given the vibe we were going for, and after a few days he delivered this banger. And just like that, our game is finished. I handed it out to my friends for some playtesting. That's when I found out the game was just too hard to get into. Like, most of my friends couldn't even get ahead of score 20 even after like 30 runs. The skill floor of the game was too high. Everyone was having trouble reaching the top of the tunnel because they didn't let go of their fingers and they lost all the momentum. But to ease players in, I created a tutorial which turned out to be unbeatable as well. And I also added a high score to keep you competitive. And our game is finally finished. Time to publish it. I don't know why, I was kind of shocked when I found out Google charges $25 to create a developer account. Like, it should be obvious, but regardless, I got it and published the game. And I'm not paying $100 for the App Store, man, unless I get some financial success out of this game from the Play Store. So there you have it. Overall, I was pretty satisfied with the game given I have never made a mobile game ever before. And regardless of the difficulty of the game, I think I just need to keep the skill floor as is and raise the skill ceiling so people who did try hard to get into it maybe get more challenge out of it. And anyway, updates will keep rolling in and I'll make another update video. So this is it from my side now. Goodbye.